Hey everybody, I thought I'd walk you guys through another label reading exercise. One thing we see a lot in supermarkets and advertisements is less fat. We're conditioned, or we've been conditioned to look at labels and look at the amount of calories and the amount of fat, which is a good thing, but sometimes it tends to stop right there. We don't often look at the ingredients to see exactly what else is in what we're eating. And if we focus on just less fat and calories, we might be still eating things that are pretty darn harmful. So today I want to highlight or low light cream cheese, and I'm going to show you the comparison between original cream cheese and what's advertised as less fat cream cheese. So let's dive in. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as I can. Okay, so these packages, here is the Philadelphia cream cheese, 1/3 less fat, and this is the package of original cream cheese. They're identical in size and weight, so there's no difference there. We'll see here, and I've just put together a little chart. So the original cream cheese and the less fat are both 28 grams per serving. Now, the original has 10 grams of fat per serving, and the less fat has 6 grams. So it is in fact truthful, this labeling is truthful, that the less fat has actually less fat, 36% in the original versus 21% in the less fat. Okay, so there's a truthful statement. Now let's take a step back. Both labels have this little description from the company, from Philadelphia Cream Cheese, which says that they start with fresh milk, which is great. They're not using milk that's just been laying around. That's awesome. And real cream, I guess, as opposed to fake cream. Now, these terms, fresh and real, they have no real medical meaning. They have no basis of quality. These are just words that are used by the company's marketing people. There are no preservatives, great. It doesn't say anything about additives, though. We'll get to that. So that's the pitch from the company on the quality of their product. It's fresh and it's real. Now, the original cream cheese has this other statement: 5 simple ingredients. Now, we want to look at ingredients, not just some of the table information. Now, these simple ingredients are pasteurized milk. Pasteurized means it's been heated to kill bacteria and increase shelf life. When you kill the bacteria, you also kill anything that might be beneficial in the milk, for the most part. And it's got salt, and it's got carabine gum, which doesn't sound like anything very natural. It's actually not, but it's a thickener, and it's actually, this particular gum makes things a little bit sweeter, kind of like chocolate. And then there's cheese culture, and what cheese culture is basically a bacteria that increases the acidity of milk, so that the lactose, which is a natural sugar found in milk, is consumed, and you're left with lactic acid. Now, what does that all mean? That's how cheese gets coagulated into a solid form. So that doesn't sound all that simple, but according to the company, they're simple ingredients. Now, what I want to point out here, among other things, is, let's go back to my little charts here. So, okay, there's less fat, but the weight and size of these two cream cheeses is exactly the same. So there's less fat, but what is there more of? So we've got 5 simple ingredients here. On the less fat, they don't make any statement about the number of simple ingredients. They don't make any statement about the number of ingredients at all. So let's look at the difference. This has a few other ingredients in it, and those are xanthan gum and guar gum. So we've got the same weight, we've got less fat, but we've got more gum. And these gums are used in a lot of products. They've been more popular lately because of the gluten fear and craze about no gluten. Gluten is a thickener. Just think gluten. So to replace the gluten in products, they've been using these gums, but they're not really digestible. They have no nutritional value. They have no calories, but they're just thickeners. And this xanthan gum is a thickener, and this guar gum is a really, really effective thickener. They're used in all sorts of cosmetics and industrial products as well. So we've got less fat, but we've got more gum. These things are, again, they're not ingredients that are found in nature. They're not digestible by the body. So, there's a lot of debate about some of these gums, whether or not they're healthy or not, but they're certainly not adding any value to our bodies whatsoever. So that's how they took out some fat and they put in some more gum. The other thing they did was the original package had 110 milligrams of salt. This one has a little bit more salt in it. Now, let's go back to just the ingredients, and we know what's in this now. This is all fat. It's and not good fat. So we've got 6 grams of saturated fat. That's the kind of stuff that causes cardiovascular problems, which is, you know, the #1 cause of death in this country. There's nothing else in this thing that's healthy. Vitamin A, a little bit, no vitamin C, a little bit of calcium, but 2%. I mean, it's got nothing in it. This thing is pure fat. And the calories, like again, looking at the percentage of calories from fat, 90% of the calories are from fat in both. The only difference is you just have less fat in the less fat package, but it's still mostly fat and mostly really bad fat. The kind that clogs your arteries, the kind that's really hard to digest by the body. So that's the big difference here. You know, the other thing is, like, how much is a serving? Again, we got to look at the serving size. This one says a serving size is 1 ounce. They're both the same. So what is that? And I guess they had to do this on the package. They show you here. So my little arrow there, that's 1 ounce. So that's the side view. If I flip it over, you could see it's kind of about like a slice like that. Like, I don't know about you guys, but when I used to eat bagels with cream cheese, that's at least, I would use at least 1 ounce on probably one side of a bagel, let alone both. I was a 2-side guy. So that's an awful lot of fat. The other thing here is the cholesterol. Like, this is, we're getting, all the cholesterol we need is made by our body. We're getting cholesterol from dairy, which most cholesterol, you know, comes from animal products. So that's the other thing that's in here. That's also not a good thing. So we're getting salt, and we're getting cholesterol, and we're getting fat, and that's it. But thankfully, and the cool thing about Philadelphia is they've been around since 1872, offering this phenomenal product that obviously I'm being sarcastic. This is not going to build us up. This is not going to give us energy. This is not going to give us vitality. This is only going to take away. So it's a little bit of a bash on cream cheese, but it's also, you know, another exercise in label reading, and you can really sit and analyze these labels and see, you know, kind of what's in it, what's not in it. You know, where are the additives? There are lots of stuff in these products that companies don't have to list. That's a whole separate topic that we'll get to down the road. But that's the product kind of low light for the day.